MZ Talks Boxing is sponsored by HW Wigs. Relax and enjoy. And now to our show. Y'all know what it is. MZ Talks Boxing.
Let me make this abundantly clear. We talk about boxing here. My opinion is winning, but if you ain't feeling, you're good on your boxing. Yeah, it's been no headshot sting. So do these body blows that I bring. You wanted the big step to the ring. Let's go to the toe to the final game. MZ Talks Boxing. Yeah.
Welcome back to another episode of MZ Talks Boxing. I'm your host, MZ, joined by my co-host, Master Rod. It's the weekend after Bud Crawford and Sean Porter had their welterweight clash. And now we're going to just sit back, chill, and talk about it. Talk about things that's being said. What's being said after the fight. So with that being said, I'm going to sit back like I usually do, get into the floor of how things are going, and let some people join us. Once we get some family members popping in, you know how we do. We do it like we do.
We do it how we do.
Going. So I sent those tracks off that we talked about. What word we get back? We haven't gotten any word back yet, but we'll see what kind of word we get back and how things go. But other than that, how's your week been going, Master Rod?
Oh man, my week so far, man, has been beautiful.
Gil Coles is in the house. Always Gil Coles. Salute MZ and Master Rod. Salute to you. That boy Gil Coles be on point. Like he be here quick with it. So you say what was going on with you this weekend? How your weekend been going?
Who, Gil or myself?
You.
Me, man. My weekend, like I said, my weekend was great, man. Shoot, I had a wonderful weekend, man. If I had to do it all over again, man, I'd rather come on through the week, man. Cause see, right now it's nice and cool outside. You know what I'm saying? You know.
You ready for the holiday?
Yeah, I'm ready. Man.
So I'm taking you gonna do some cooking?
I'm not gonna do now.
Oh, you're not gonna do any cooking this year?
This will be the second year that myself or my wife has been in the kitchen. Yeah, because every other year, man, we was in the kitchen. She made me get in the kitchen. I'm like, man, come on, man, I don't want to be in the kitchen. Got every over here cutting that shit, man, cutting up my fingers and shit, man. Hey, look, you know, stir some cornbread, you know. Hey, you know, man, I'm just thinking about it, man. You know, it's a lot of food, man. I'm telling you.
Yeah, I understand. You know, we're gonna do it light this year. Me and my wife gonna do it light this year because all the girls will be spread out. My son will be home for Thanksgiving, but you know, we're gonna do something like get you know, just something like get us a movie or something because got to hit the road the next day. Gil Cole's in the house. He say, just brought the turkey and the ham. MZ, you bringing the crow.
He said, you bringing the crow, huh?
Oh, man, yeah, because, you know, I had to eat crow with the Terrence Crawford fight and Sean Porter. Man. But I don't mind eating crow because I got a chance to see Bud, how he would handle being under pressure, fighting under pressure like that. And, you know, he showed that he got something in him, you know, but a lot of people are coming up with different things and making different statements about how things went with the fight. I'm not going to even point out bring up the fact that But when this fight got, I just, the fight getting stopped by Porter's dad kind of threw me off a little bit. But it was a hell of a fight. It was exciting. So I don't mind eating crony, like I said, because I got a chance to see Bud put up with what I would consider some adversity. Sean being Sean, and Bud was able to weather the storm. And that being said, what else can I say? I know a lot of people are going to be calling that it'd be the Spence and Porter next. I mean Spence and Crawford next, but I don't know if that's going to be, because I know Spence said he wants that other belt. He want to go undisputed, and I think they're going to try to make a move for that other belt that Ugas got. I think they're going to do that, and then probably go to Porter Crawford. D-Lo 404 boxing in the house. Salute, fam. What's going on? We got Master Rod in here with us tonight, D-Lo. We know we just going to say what we say. Chinese Yoda in the house. Don't know Chinese Yoda, but, whatever it is. You new to the channel, ask that you hit that thumbs up. Ugas and his belt are tied up for the next two fights. You're right, D-Lo. So the next obvious fight, I guess, for Earl Spence to take would be to fight Crawford. That would be the next logical fight. So let's see if MTK Global can broker that deal with PBC and see if they can't get that done. I'm causing trouble everywhere.
I love my dad, don't get me wrong.
Now Chinese, there won't be no trouble calls here. This channel, we sit back, chill, and relax, and enjoy life. We don't deal in troubles. So, with that being said, what do y'all think about the fight, man? D-Lo 404 boxing. How do you feel about the fight? I know Gil Cole said it was a hell of a fight. So yeah, it threw me off too. It's going by fast. Let me see. Let me slow down. So hell of a fight. Gil Cole said, yeah, threw me off too. But I guess his father knows best. I respect that. Talking about the Sean Porter's dad calling off the fight and whatnot. A lot of people. I know. I was kind of left with an empty feeling about the way that went down. And going down, D-Lo 404 said Ugas and his belts are tied up. Yeah, they are tied up. Kia Cole say don't cause no trouble in here. I need you to say that's a 100. So I'm looking at, you guys know I go back and watch the fights in slow motion. Master Rod, I got you queued up, so when it's time for you to drop something, we'll be able to go ahead and drop something. Like we got some bleeding background sound coming from it. But other than that, I'll be able to talk to you and say what we need to say. No work till Monday now. He out. I guess you out for Thanksgiving. You see. Here we go. Say, I'm so tired. UK pitching 22-hour shift on railway. Oh, okay. From across the pond. Welcome, man. Welcome. Glad to have you over here. Glad to have you at MZ Talks Boxing. As I was saying, hopefully we'll be able to get Chance Crawford and Earl Spence. Seeing that Crawford saying he taking his heels to MTK Global. I'm excited to see what happens. Other than that, y'all know how we do here at MZ Talks Boxing. We talk a little boxing. We get our family in here. We play a little music, and we come on back to it and keep doing it the way we do it. That's a good thing that you don't have to go. Man, that's almost a week off. What's today? Monday. Oh yeah, that's a good little time off to be off from work. So that's all good. I hope you enjoy your mini vacation and everything. What was I about to say? Y'all know how we do it. We sit back, we sip a little something, we blow a little something. If that's what you got, that's what you do. That's how you chill. We talk about boxing, and this time we're gonna talk about Terrence Bud Crawford and Sean Porter, the aftermath, what's being said after the fight, and how people are really taking this fight deal, and we're gonna see how it goes from there. Master Rod, if you will, go ahead and enlighten us with a little jam while I get things together.
You betcha.
Okay, so as we let the track roll in the background, let me go ahead and bring up a point that I've been hearing some people talking about on other channels, and that point is that right at the end of the fight where Sean's dad threw in the towel, it's a video. Y'all know I watch the fights back again in slow motion. This was the point I was making earlier. And in that flurry of punches, Crawford only landed one. I don't know if he caught him in the ear, and right in the back of the ear, knocked off his equilibrium, which was probably a slow reaction to the punch. But the other part of the combination, Porter seemed to have ducked him. So, Crawford landed one out of maybe 4 of those punches that stopped the fight. And like I said, the one that did land looked like it was a right hook that may have landed right around the ear, around the neck, that seemed to put Porter down. Now, that's just one of the things I noticed. I also noticed that Crawford was doing some hellified body work throughout that fight. He caught Porter with 3 good solid body shots in a row in one of their exchanges, and he reached and touched him from like mid-range. Crawford put in some good body work, man. You have to give it to him on that. Anybody got anything to say? Throw it in the chat. Y'all know how we do. We'll kick it up in there. I had everybody get a chance to see I also want to know if anybody's been keeping an eye up on the trial of Kyle Rittenhauser. He was acquitted of all charges. I believe the jury in the Marlboro case is deliberating. I haven't got a chance to break it down. Yeah, the music was playing. Y'all let me know how that was. I'm trying to see what track that was because I never heard that in the library before. So with that being said, y'all reach out to MZ. Let's go ahead and get this discussion started. But then it kind of slow. People come in a little later in the day. Some of us got to drag in. You know how we do over here at MZ Talks Boxing. We hold the door open, cut the porch light on, and let our family members start to spot it and see it as they roll on in.
With young, and then
it was something that I had that was coming up. Earl Spence, Terrence Bud Crawford. that is the fight that should be on the minds of every boxing fan that's running around. If you're not looking for that fight right now, man, I don't know what fight you're looking for, except for the Gary Russell's brother. He's getting ready to fight. He got a fight coming up pretty soon. I can't remember the guy's name. I think he's Spanish, but I got Gary Russell on that. I'm gonna always ride with the Russells unless it's somebody that I feel like might take the Russells. But right now, his brother is a straight dog, and his brother can fight. You know, his brother. The Russells seem to be coming from what am I trying to say? A good fighting family, and I'm going with Gary Antoine Russell in his fight that's coming up. Anybody got something to say about that? I know D-Lo 404, man. He if you haven't subscribed to D-Lo, man, go mess with D-Lo. D-Lo be coming out with some good points, great points. The voice of reason. I'm trying to get myself together here. Y'all just bear with me for a second as I get things tight. I'm going to bring some music in for you guys while I get some technical things taken care of. And then we'll be rolling right into the show as programmed. Gil Cole's Gary Antoine Russell, not Gary Russell, but not Mr. Gary Russell, but his brother. His brother is fighting some Spanish guy's name. As a matter of fact, Marlowe's Corner, I believe they had brought it up. They brought the guy's name up. But I'm going with Gary Antoine Russell against the guy. Because Gary Antoine Russell can fight. That dude with that funny afro can fight. So I'm riding with him, Gil. Straight out the massive gate. Without even looking back. I'm riding with him. But give me a second as like I said, I'm gonna let this track run, let a couple of tracks hit y'all up. And then I'll be back so we can go ahead and run the show like we run the show. Ha ha!
I don't worry about no problems, there's no problem worry me. I don't need no ticket on the windows that they really see. I keep moving, always keep these people in your sight. I keep moving, you never know who's wrong or who's right. I don't worry about no problems, there's no problem worry me. I don't need no ticket on the windows that they really see. I keep moving, always keep your eyes on the prize. I keep moving. Never know who's truly on your side.
I'm gonna miss you old and dead white boys. You know the dead ones get stacked up. When you walk into a strip club, tossing up while hoes act up. Niggas look strange, I look strange back. You got a problem, you don't really want that. That alcohol got you thinking. You plugged in, don't make me disprove that. And I'm trying to let you make it, my nigga, just let it be. But that devil off up in you, so you gon' come fuck with me. Now I can make it home and you might not let that be new scripture. If you cross the line, I can guarantee that I'll let that be hit you.
I don't worry about no problems, there's no problem worrying me. I don't need no attention from the windows that they're ready to see. I keep moving, always keeping people in your sight. I keep moving, you never know who's wrong or who's right. Worry about no problems, there's no problems worrying me. I don't need no attention from the windows that they're ready to see. I keep moving, always keep your eyes on the prize. I keep moving, you never know who's truly on your side. I keep on moving like soul to soul. Penetrate your mind, let your conscience flow. Like water from the aquifer. Look you in the ocular and see the sea. For the Hennessy, take a sip. Know these liquor go pitiful and hot tip. Got the mic with the front grip when I spit. Got bubbles like a little shit.
Niggas killing me with the smother shit that you hear. Inability to speak with clarity, it's so unclear.
But I'ma need you to step your game up. Cause if not, you a trunk that's a lame up. I'ma call you super dead cause your game suck. Pack your shit if you can nigga ain't truck. What? Worry about no problem, there's no problem worrying me. I don't need no tears up on the windows that they're ready to see. I keep moving, always keeping people in your sight. I keep moving, you never know who's wrong or who's right. Worry about no problems, there's no problem worrying me. I don't need no tears up on the windows that they're ready to see. I keep moving, always keep your eyes on the prize. I keep moving, you never know who's truly on your side.
Niggas killing me with the smother shit that you hear. Inability to speak with clarity, it's so unclear.
I said niggas be talking crazy, hold up, don't make them wait. I don't chase after hoes, I really make change. Okay, let's get that straight. Nah, back to the grill, what these niggas got beat, yes man, gon' bring your stage. By the time you realize we got a problem, then it's too late.
I don't worry.
Y'all know what it is. That's I'm back. MZ Talks Boxing is back in the house. I'm joined by none other than my co-host, Master Rod. Master Rod, you say something to the people.
Yeah, Master Rod here in the building. I'm telling you, I love it. I love it. I love it. Cute, child.
We got my boy, Real Recognized Real slide through, say he recognized the song I Keep Moving, and then he backed door and hit it with the fire. He said it's fire, and I appreciate that. Demetrius Andre, the middleweight that it seems like everybody and their mama is ducking. You know what I'm saying? This dude deserves a fight. The Charlo brother is refusing to fight him. And I don't hear anybody else calling his name out to fight. What's going on with you, Real Recognized Real? You know, we doing all right. He say, what up, y'all? He say, what up, Master Rod?
Yeah, my brother.
So, yeah, Demetrius Andre, he's, let me see, he's been, to me, in my opinion, he's been avoided by Jamal Charlo, the big brother. Him and the little brother were slated to fight, but you know, he felt like his money wasn't right, so he attempted to get his contract renegotiated. I believe he was with Rock Nation. You know, Jay-Z now say they can get him more money, and it messed up their deal. So the brothers have been holding that against him, but this dude here can fight, and even Canelo's supposed to be the great Canelo. But Canelo won't fight him. Charlo, the older brother, won't fight him. And then he kind of opened his mouth. He put his foot in his mouth, and said that he can beat up David Benavidez. But David Benavidez is a 168-pounder, which, you know, if I was Charlo, I would have kept my mouth shut, because why put yourself in that situation when when David Benavidez say he want to fight, Charlo says that I'm not a 168-pounder. but yet you move up to fight Canelo. That just seems soft. When you got great fights at the middleweight right now. Hell, you got belts that spread around the middleweight right now. That yeah, at the middleweight right now. Why you not grabbing those? Prove that you're great and quit chasing after Canelo. Demetrius Andre, he deserves. Man, been patiently waiting. You know, he makes some noise, but not a lot of noise. And I kind of can feel him getting frustrated because these cats won't fight, and I can't understand why. And it's just sad. They're making themselves look bad. They're making themselves look bad. I don't know. I see social scientists in the house. Do I know social scientists? I see that name, social scientist. Is that you, social scientist?
Yes, sir. You know me from Marlowe's Corner, man.
That's right. That's right. The name looked familiar. Welcome to the show. Glad you stopping through.
Appreciate it,
Uh,
brother.
Sitting here with my co-host, Master Rod. You jumping in? What you got to say, social? I'm listening to you. Ears are open.
Man, I was just listening to you talking about Andrade and Charlo not wanting to fight him. And my
Uh,
problem with Charlo, and a lot of even Andre himself though, like these guys, man, they have no initiative to build their own legacy. Get out there and fight who you can fight and put on some great performances and make the fans demand these fights. You know what
hmm,
I'm saying?
yeah.
Like Andre stepped up and did that. His last fight, he finally stopped one of these low level guys. Because I'm a huge Andre fan, but lately I just been getting tired of him going the distance with these guys like Luke Keeler and you know these little
Y'all feel you
guys.
feel like he should be getting them on out of there.
Yeah, man, like put on some exciting performances and make people say, "Oh man, Canelo. I want to see Canelo fight this guy." But the way he fighting these guys, he making the fans say, "Man, you boring." Who want to see you in a fight with anybody? So, if he had been knocking these guys out, I think he would have a little more fan demand behind him now. You gotta at some point you gotta start blaming him for just the performances he putting on.
I can see where you're coming from with that, but I can't overlook the fact that he has called out Charlo on more than one occasion. We all know
Oh
that
yeah,
he's been screaming at Canelo at more than one occasion, and I'm like, man, it's a couple other belts that's at middleweight, and I would like you said, I would love to just see them fighting,
hmm
and Charlo is, it makes me sick that you're willing to fight everybody and nobody. That's what it sounds like to me from Charlo. I'll fight Canelo, but I won't fight Benavidez because I'm not a 168 pounder. But yet you talk noise to Benavidez. And
right.
don't get me wrong, I like the Charlos. I like Benavidez. Every fighter that we have just spoken about tonight so far, I like all of them. I'm not a Canelo fan. I just won't do that.
Right.
And that's just because of his past. And it's hard
hmm
for me to look over cheating in any sport. But
Yeah.
with that being said, I like all these fighters, and I would love to see them go ahead and get it booty and get it going. Because what else is there to do? What are you waiting for? You waiting for to fight Canelo, who has already been disrespected Demetrius Andre so bad it don't even make sense. And then
Man.
he's making the Charlo brother. He's just making him look thirsty if I'm using that in the correct sense because I make a move, you make a move. I make a move, you chase me from 154 to 160. I go to 168 and you're talking about if I say I'll fight you, you'll come to 168.
Right.
And that just makes him look weak to me. And like I said, Canelo is only the person that Canelo picks to fight. You better believe, in his opinion, that's the weakest link out of what he's going after.
Oh yes, sir. He don't look to challenge himself, in my opinion.
Yeah, he's and right now, who is he going after? The guy 175 pounds now.
No, he's going after Ilungu Makabu or whatever
Yeah.
cruiserweight champion.
Oh, the cruiserweight champion.
Yeah.
And I feel like he thinks that he sees something that he can exploit, but he mess
Oh yeah.
around and go up there and get surprised to get caught by old boy. You know what I'm
Well, I hope
saying?
so.
Can you imagine how that would look? And that would reverberate through the world of boxing.
Oh
Uh,
yeah.
so I would just laugh. Salute to Cypher Supreme TV. Thanks for coming through, my brother. Master Rod, I see you over there, man. I hope you got something lined up, something fresh. Social scientist, you know, here on MZ Talks Boxing, we do a little bit of talking and then we let some music play just to keep
All right.
things fresh. So if you want to stick around, I greatly appreciate it. I'm gonna let Master Rod go ahead and put something out for us, and we'll come back and continue discussing whatever it is that comes across the table.
All right,
You
for sure.
got it. Here we go.
I don't hear nothing, Master Rod. You don't have nothing playing, Master Rod. Looks like Master Rod having some technical difficulties over there. I'm trying to get him to get things right. I don't know if he pressed the wrong button, but ladies and gentlemen, the music is not playing for us here. I don't think he hit the share sound button. So we'll do, Master Rod, I think you got to go and hit the share sound button so we can get you playing. But I'll go ahead and say today.
There.
And yeah, we come on back, social scientists. We're gonna have to let Master Rod get things together over there. I think
All right.
some kind of way he done lost feed with the music because he can't get it to play for us. So I'm hoping somebody come through that realize that remembers who Gary Antoine Russell's brother is going to fight. I don't want to end up having to try to look it up, but I'm going with Gary and I'm going with the Russells against anybody
So it's
fighting in those
Gary
small
Antoine
classes.
Russell that's fighting.
Yeah, it's the brother. It's not Mr. Gary Russell.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Gary.
It's the one with the afro.
Oh, that's Antonio. Gary
Oh,
Antonio.
Antonio. Okay, I'm saying it wrong. It's him though.
He
And
fighting Alexandro Santiago.
that's the name. I'm going with the brother.
Oh yeah.
I'm
I don't
going
I
with the
don't know
brother.
much about this Santiago cat.
Yeah, it's one of those names that they just pulled out of anywhere. But
Right.
I'm gonna look at his amateur record. I learned that from Trey X and see what kind of amateur background he got. Yeah, when Trey X turned me on to that amateur background, you know, that was a part of the game that I hadn't been looking at when comes to the fighters. But
Right. I have trouble finding those. Where do y'all even find those?
man, I just started looking up the I just looked the fighters up and just started looking at their ass fighting and try to find some background. I'm gonna have to ask him because apparently he knows. I don't see it. I don't think it. You don't see it on BoxRec, so it
Yeah.
must be some site that he's able to go to and find it out because
Yeah.
I
Trey.
between he and D'Lo 404 boxing, they be shooting out amateur record backgrounds a lot.
Yeah, Trey X got some kind of secret Olympic website or
Hmm. Didn't think about that. He says some secret Olympics website. Yeah, I
something.
wouldn't put it past old Trey X. Salute to Maestro in the house. Master Rod, did you get that situation taken care of? I
My
don't know
man
if he
over there
can.
jamming out. He think we can.
Yeah, I think he getting his jam on, and we can't hear nothing.
Damn.
So shit, I lost my Trey X with his coming through with all the amateur backgrounds. He calls him out. So did you enjoy the Sean Porter Terrence Crawford fight?
Man, I very much enjoyed the fight. You know, Terrence Crawford is my favorite current active fighter. But I don't allow that to put no bias on how I'm viewing the fight. I thought he was getting hit a little bit more than I thought he was gonna get hit. And I thought that his accuracy was a little off in that fight. But in typical Terrence Crawford fashion, he ended up timing him and getting his distance right and stopping him. But you know, in the beginning of the fight, he's kind
Oh no. We lost social scientists. Social scientists, feel free to come on back, man. I was enjoying what you were breaking down. I was enjoying what you were breaking down. There we go. We got him back.
My
We
fault.
got him back.
But yeah, like I was saying, he's done that before, but he always comes through in the end.
Right, right. Um, I enjoyed the fact that how he pivoted. You know, when Sean came in with that little bull rush that he usually comes in with, I was
Yeah.
impressed at the way he pivoted him a lot. He turned him quite a bit in that fight,
Oh yeah.
and he landed some hell of a body shots on Porter.
Oh yeah.
He landed some great body shots on Porter.
Them
It was
body
one
shots
time
were
when
nice.
yes, they were shooting it. They were making an exchange at one point, and I think he hit him with like 3 body shots in a row. He was like a straight right and a hook to the body, a straight right and a hook to the body.
Yeah.
And I think that slowed Porter down. I heard Trey saying that he never seen Porter slow down after the 7th or 8th round, I believe, and I believe it was the body work that Crawford was able to get in.
Yeah, he putting something on his mind, man. Give him something to think about when you could rush in there and get hit with them body shots.
Exactly. And Terrence did what I expected, what I hoped he would do by trying to keep Porter on the outside of that 74-inch reach.
Yeah.
You know, you got a gorilla's reach when it comes to, you know what I'm saying? For a guy to be that small, for a man to be with that height, what is he, 5'10", 5'9",
5'8". Yeah, 5'8"
5'8"?
or 5'9", something like that.
With a 74-inch reach, that's the only other person I could think of like that in those small weight classes was Floyd. I think Floyd had a long ass reach, didn't he?
Mm,
Yeah, Floyd had
Floyd
like a
fairly
little
long.
little monkey reach. When it comes to those other boys, man, he does some long ass arms for.
Not the monkey reach.
I'm only saying it because with the monkey standing up, it looked like he can grab his kneecaps,
Yeah, yeah.
standing straight up, and
Yeah,
and
Crawford is 5'8". 5'8".
5'8". Okay,
Yeah.
so that's a pretty long reach. You know what I'm saying? You usually see that with people at 6 feet and up.
Right. And Floyd had a 72-inch reach. So yeah, his
Okay,
arms pretty long.
yeah, 2 inch difference, but yeah, that's pretty. And if you know how to use that, you mean he knows how to use his length, and he uses it quite well. And
Yeah.
in that fight, with all that he was presented with Porter coming in the way he in typical fashion, I think he dealt with it quite well.
Yeah. Yeah, he did a good job staying away from Porter. So,
He did eat a few punches. He ate more punches than I thought he would.
yeah. Yeah.
But then I guess it's
Got
to be
caught clean with
expected.
some stuff too.
Yeah, yeah, with a couple of lead rights,
Yeah. Yeah.
Porter caught him with.
Yeah, that's that fight in Southpaw. Get that done to you.
And yeah, Porter didn't jump on him as fast as I thought he would when he made this when he switched from left to right and right to left, because it looked like at one point he was kind of playing with Porter with it.
Mm-hmm.
I noticed and he started getting a little comfortable. You can tell he started getting into his rhythm the way he started rocking back and forth in front of
Right.
Porter.
Yeah. Yeah.
It was almost like he had started dancing on him, like, oh man, I got you now,
Yeah.
not to make joke about it, but I can see what Porter's dad said that Porter probably didn't train the way he wanted to. I can't see why he would stick his son out there like that, but I can understand what he's saying, because Porter does have a lot of things going on with the broadcast and the podcast and all these things.
Yeah.
So that could have played a role in it, but as a father-son team, I wouldn't have damn near kicked my son while he was down. If that makes sense. Okay, Master Rod finally stopped jamming and realized that he hadn't shared the sound to the tracks, so we didn't get a chance to hear nothing that he was jamming to. Yeah, Master Rod, I'm talking to you. Can you hear us?
Yeah,
Master Rod?
I can hear you. Can you hear me, man?
Yeah, we can hear you now.
Okay,
we can
look
hear
here.
you
But
now.
you know what? I thought that track was playing, because then now I look up, man. I don't even see me. So I'm like, man, what the heck is going on around here, man? What's
Yeah,
happening?
it was playing for you, but it wasn't playing for us, So we just started the conversation. I was like, why don't you try to reshare it and make sure that you share the audio with it because I think you may have forgot to share the audio. And let me get to the chat real quick. Cypher Supreme saying, "What's up to Gil Coles?" Let me see. Cypher Supreme TV says that he thinks Spence have a 72-inch arm reach. Yeah, well, I know he's not in the 60s because I would remember that he's not a 69. And 72 might be it for Spence. And I'm excited to see these two guys fight. As always, I've been leaning towards Spence from the day they said that the fight can go on. But I believe that fight is going to be a hell of a fight. I just, that fight is going to be something. And I
I've
hope.
always leaned toward Crawford myself.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Out of curiosity, what got you leaning toward Crawford over Spence?
Well, largely for the same reason that people were saying picking Bud over Porter, just saying he had too many tools and things like that. I just think Crawford has a better IQ as far as figuring people out. When you look at how he wins fights, it's kind of it's almost intellectual how he figures out, your tendencies and how to time you, et cetera, et cetera. And when you talk about Spence breaking people down, it's more so a matter of accumulation of punches, and the fact that he's kind of big for the weight class, walks you down, just basically beats you until you can't take it no more. But then Crawford is more of a mental thing, the way he breaks you down. So I just always lean toward Crawford.
Right. Okay. I can go with that. Now, the way I look at it, I know Spence was not born in Texas, but he grew up in Texas, and he feels like he's a Texas boy. These Texas guys, there's something about them where they mental is crazy. And now that that you mentioned Terrence Crawford mental, I believe that that's what's going to be. Which one of them are going to be able to impose their will on the other, and that's who's going to take that fight. Because I really don't see any quit in either one of them. Right. I believe you're going to actually that's going to be a 12-round fight that either I'm going to get you or you're going to get me. They're going to have to be on point on their defense. Like you said, Spence is one of those guys that loves to bring pressure and break people down with an accumulation of punches where Terrence tries to mentally break you down. And I guess it's going to be mind over matter that day, because it's going to be whose body is going to be able to withstand the onslaught.
Right.
And both of them are dangerous punches to me. Both of them are dangerous. Terrence is more of a fluid boxer, in my opinion, and Spence is more of a boxer puncher. But the styles, I think those styles are going to match up with each other just right. And that night is going to bring us something fantastic to watch.
Well, see, I think the type of people I see having success with Crawford, I just don't see Errol Spence is either one of those types of people. Like if you look at let's see, with the last fight with Porter, he was having success because he lunges in and he'd just kind of throw it right over the top. You know what I mean? With his head down. Mm-hmm. I ain't never seen Spence lunge at somebody like that. But then if you look at let's see, Jose Benavidez, he had quick hands and he was slapping Crawford all in the face. Like that was an ugly fight to watch for me, man. But he finally got him out of there. But he got hit with a lot of punches because Benavidez with them quick ass hands. And I just don't see like what Spence has that's gonna trouble Crawford. I mean, I don't know. Maybe you got some insight because you said you picked Spence.
Yeah, I'm kind of right. I kind of right. The reason I ride with Spence is, one of the reasons you said because he has, in my opinion, Spence has pretty good defense. He has good defense and good football.
Yeah, he does have good defense.
That's going to offset, that's going to offset them both when it comes to that. But Spence is not afraid to let his hands go, and he has a good jab, and he works off of his jab. And he's one of those. He's constantly going to the body. the way Bud showed that he goes to the body in that fight, we're looking at two fighters that constantly go to the body. They don't just they don't exclusively headhunt. So
they don't forget to go to the body.
Right. And with that, those are tools that, match Bud. Might not be as flashy the way he does it, but he'll be matching Bud going to the head and body. And one thing that I recognized from Derrick James, which is Spence's trainer, he mentioned about fighters that's supposed to be so smart. The way you offset them is put a jab in their face, because now you got them thinking about what they need to do to get around that jab. One of the things that he mentioned when he fought Mikey Garcia. And
Right.
I believe that's going to be the difference, that good jab, and will Terrence be able to offset Spence by fighting out of the left-hand stance? Or will he have to come with the traditional stance?
Yeah, I've been thinking about that. I've been wondering, like, how's he gonna come out against Spence, him being southpaw and all. But that's a good question.
Yeah. So, with that being said, I'm gonna jump to the chat real quick because I don't want to miss anybody. Roman Espinoza, is that what it is? Can I ask a question? Cypher Supreme TV, me too. I got Bud if they fight. Oh wow, I'm already getting the crowd against me. I got Crawford over Spence. Wow, that's 3 for Crawford.
Yeah,
Do you
I
guys
was surprised by that.
Yeah. I'm not surprised because I hear a lot of people talk good for Crawford, and I'm not one of the people to talk bad about him because, like I said, the dude can fight. And to me, those two are the best two to fight. I just lean towards Spence a little more to Crawford, and maybe it's because Crawford is coming back from so many smaller weight classes, and Spence was automatically in 147. That could make me a little prejudiced against that.
I gotta say that after this Porter fight, I see a lot more people picking Crawford now. But like before that, it was mostly Spence. But I think Crawford raised the stock with that Porter stop.
Oh yeah, that did raise stock. It did him a lot. It did him a lot of good to get that fight with Porter. Do you guys think if Golovkin beats who is that, Murata, Andre Charlo, and unifies the middleweight division, is that not bigger accomplishment than Canelo unifying at 168?
Ooh, it'll be impressive.
That
you
would
can beat
be
Andre,
impressive. And
as long as he's
Charlo,
been running from Andre.
yeah, if he can beat both of them, yeah, I would say that would be. I would think a lot of people would think that that's a bigger accomplishment because he would have fought the fighters that Canelo wouldn't.
I would actually think something of Triple G if he did that.
Yeah, I would have to think some of Triple G if he did that.
Yeah.
Shoot. Gil Cole said he don't think Triple G could beat Andre or Charlo. I'm just saying, if he was to be able to pull that off, they would have to make two statues for him. That would really put him in the running for sure.
Mhm.
Gil Cole said, I think EJ versus Bud is a 50-50 fight. If I have to make a pick, I gotta ride with Earl because I think he's a mature, more durable. Okay, I got somebody to ride with me on the EJ train. And with that said, Master Rod, you think you got your music together now? You ready to put a stamp to it? Got to unmute yourself, brother. I can't hear you. I wish I could, but I can't. I'm not a good lip reader. Come on, talk to me, Master Rod. Unmute yourself. Talk to me. Let me know. You got something? Just go.
Oh, here we go. No, I was asking, can you hear the music in the background playing right now?
No, sir. I don't hear anything. We don't hear anything.
Really?
Yeah, really is in nothing
No
is happening.
freaking way, man. Come on, man.
Yes, freaking way. Yes, freaking way. No, it's nothing playing. So I got Gil Cole's ride with me. Gil Cole's, I gotta give it to him. The last few picks that I've made, he's rolled with me. And I've been wrong as hell. We've been eating crow. You know what I'm saying? We've been eating crow together for the last few times. So yeah, I ate crow on Wilder Fury. Oh, okay, there you go. I'm starting to hear something got a little buzz.
Okay, so I had it too low down.
I believe Shakur Stevenson. Roman says he believes Shakur Stevenson is a special fighter.
Oh,
man, he has talent. I love to see him fight because he has some dog in him. That youngster goes hard.
I mean, Bud said he gonna be the next undisputed champion. So I mean, you gotta have something. Bud saying that.
I wouldn't doubt it. I wouldn't doubt it at all. Ernest Davis said it's really no other fight to see but Spence and Crawford. That is the fight to see right now. You know, I agree with Maestro on that. My bad, I called him Ernest Davis. My bad. I agree with him on that for sure. Crawford and Spence is the fight to see. And social scientist, he's already let it be known. He's leaning toward Crawford. And y'all know he on MZ Talks Boxing. I'm leaning towards Spence. We having a good conversation. Master Rod finally got the little jams to play in the background. Sound like I'm sitting. Yeah, some jazzy and snare. Sound like I'm sitting on the set of a Spike Lee movie, getting ready to go out there and do my part. So Ernest Davis, facts. That's from Gil Cole, and we'll see what else is printed up. So where were we?
Talking something about Triple G, right?
Yeah, Triple G. If Triple G was able to go through those guys, I would say that gauntlet of fighters, that would make him being a lot more special than Canelo on every level, on level of picking competition and everything. So,
do you think he can at this stage?
Do I think he can beat them?
Yeah,
no,
at this stage.
I do not. I don't think he can beat Andre because Andre is too athletic, and he's left-handed. You know, I think that'll give Triple G a lot of problems. He's the better boxer out of he and Charlo. I think Charlo is more of a puncher boxer who has decent footwork but not great, and he has decent defense. But he has heart. He has tremendous heart, but that only takes you so far. But at this age, I don't think Triple G can do it. What do you think?
No, I don't think he beats Andre. I think he knows that too.
I think Triple G, the next fight he's trying to do is get with Canelo so he can cash out. I don't think he wants to mess with those other guys.
Yeah. What did you think of Andre's last fight with Quigley?
I think he took care of Quigley. I think he did a good job. He gave us something to remember him because he was out the ring for a little while. So him coming in and having a decent, great performance by putting a stop to him. Like you said, you want to see your boy get out there and do something and stop somebody instead of going all around.
Yeah.
So he went out there and he made a good showing of himself. And like a true warrior, he called out who we need to see him fighting. Charlo. Come on, dude, stop playing.
Yeah. I thought that first knockdown when he landed that left, he just kind of came out of nowhere with that wild ass left and caught dude right on the chin. I love seeing Andre when he's sharp like that, man. That's just beautiful. You don't see a lot of people doing stuff like that.
No.
The way he throws his punches and wings them, but they be accurate, man. That shit is beautiful to me.
And when he does it, to me, I'm like, looking at him throw that punch is so awkward when he throws some of his punches.
Yeah.
It kind of freezes the opponent for a split second.
Right. They don't know what's about to happen.
Right. And that's just enough for him to get that landing on. They don't really know exactly what they trying to block or what they trying to dodge.
Right.
And that is beautiful to see because he's perfected that. That's his style.
Mm-hmm.
So
when he was younger, he was like even more wild. He was like a hurricane, like watching him box.
Yeah, but when you really paid attention to it, you seen that it was a method to that madness. It was kind of like Joe Frazier. When you first glance at Joe Frazier, it looks like he's just out there popping left and right. But it's a method to that. That dude was dodging and throwing jabs in the midst of that. And keeping his hands busy, so you didn't know what the hell was going on.
Right. It reminds me of Gerald McClellan.
Okay.
Like with the way he wings his punches around and stuff.
Okay, I see what you're saying. Yeah.
Nice. Roman Espinal said Golovkin Andre is a 50-50 fight. What you think?
I don't really see that because Golovkin is not that athletic. Golovkin is more of a plotter that tries to cut off the ring. And I haven't really seen anybody stop Andre from moving around the ring when he wants to. So Golovkin would have that task ahead of him. And that's not an easy task to stop a fighter from moving around, especially when they have a high motor. And Andre hasn't. I can't remember him really getting too tired in fights where he would let a plotter or something catch up to him.
Yeah, Liam Williams had him skipping around that ring though.
Yeah, but he wouldn't. Well, I guess he was able to trap him a little bit, but I don't really see Golovkin trapping him like that. But I wouldn't mind seeing them fight to see if it could happen.
Yeah, I just think we get too much movement and skill, and Golovkin just be out of his depth. That's why he never really fought somebody like that.
Right. And hence, not to point at Canelo, but that's one of the reasons I think Canelo don't fight those guys.
Right.
Roman says Andre is very good, but I question his durability in his chin. I don't remember him being put down. I haven't seen the fight that he was put down. I might have missed some, but
yeah, he been dropped a couple times. He got dropped by what's that man's name? Is it Linus Martirosyan?
But he got up and apparently he got up and won.
Oh yeah, most definitely. He been dropped a couple times.
Well, getting up is very important. Willie Nelson.
Yeah, Willie Nelson dropped it.
Man, I haven't seen that guy fight in I can't remember the last time I seen Willie Nelson fight.
That fight with Willie Nelson was an exciting ass fight though. That was really exciting fight.
Roman says Wilder and Joshua missed out on a big payday because both want to be the A side and receive more money. You have to grab the money when it's there. Wilder and Joshua let the money go away. Yeah, they did do that, but I don't believe it was more on. I don't believe it was more on the fighters as much as it was on the promoter. I think the promoter had a very big hand in that bag not being procured by both fighters. As a matter of fact, a lot of these fights, if you really listen to these promoters and you start to pay attention, you start to hear them really tell on themselves and say how they tried to guide the fight in another direction.
Right.
So I'm not going to give the fighters that much hell when it comes to them fighting. With Canelo, I will give that much because it's a fact that he's picking who he fights. The rest of these guys aren't getting that. But Canelo is getting that. Anytime you get to fight your sparring partner that you know you're better than for a belt because you request that,
right.
You know what I'm saying? That's pitiful. That's just pitiful.
Yeah, he gets too much special treatment for me.
Way too much. Master Rod, you still in the house? He get that music playing. He get to feeling something. He just forget all about what's going on around.
I'm still there, man. Don't worry, man. I'm back in the scenes, man. Jamming smooth jazz.
DJ booth.
Yeah, okay. Since you up in the DJ booth, I was just gonna ask, could you take it down just a little bit? I ain't want to seem like I was screaming up in this camp.
Oh, okay, Rod. You bet, buddy.
He said, "Mix Master Rod." Let me see. Crawford, Spence, big fight can go away with their loss. That's why they need to fight now, because an underdog could rise up and that mega fight away. Any fighter can win at any given night. This is true. And the longer they take, there is an up-and-coming boxer that I think is worth to look at, and that's Jerron Boots Ennis.
Yes, sir. To me, that's the biggest threat to Crawford in the welterweight division.
Jerron, I think, to me, he's the biggest threat to both of them.
Yeah.
You know, because if we have to look at it, I would have to say that, I give Crawford and Spence A and B, 1A and 1B. It's debatable who 1A is and 1B is, But I do know that Jerron Booth's Ennis right now passes the eye test.
Yeah.
That dude passes the eye test.
He not just big for the weight class. He fast, he strong, he hit hard. He everything.
Right, and he seems to be an intelligent fighter. He just
Yeah.
hasn't had enough fights to go that distance for us to get to gauge that. Because
Right.
he's putting everybody out so quick.
Right. Ain't
Yes.
no ain't like
Go
you
ahead,
said,
go
ain't
ahead.
been nobody for him to show us how smart he is yet.
Right. And it may come down to having to face either Earl or Terrence in order for us to see that. It might not be anybody that's gonna pull that greatness out of him.
Especially now that Sean Porter ain't there no more.
True. So yeah, now that Sean Porter's walking away, that leaves more than just us missing a fighter that put it all out there. To me, Sean Porter was a great benchmark because look, where's Keith Thurman?
Right.
Danny Garcia, Danny Garcia to me was more fit to stay at 140 pounds more than 147 because if you look at it, he is the one, like people say, you get to the big fight and not come through with the win. That's Danny Garcia at 147.
Yeah. Did you
If
see
really think about it.
Thurman came out and said he'll fight Bud in March or February or something like that, or in 8 months?
Yeah, I think he said yeah, like in 8 months. I think he wants to have a fight somebody else to make sure he gets back in the groove.
Yeah.
But if he can pull that off and come back and can you imagine if he beat Crawford? If they set that fight up and he beat Crawford, that would be crazy.
Yeah, it would.
But Keith would have to do a lot to make me think that he could do that.
Right. It would be a good fight though.
Yeah, he has heart. I wouldn't take that from him. He has heart and he has determination. He doesn't seem like a fighter that's trying to go out there and get stopped.
Right.
So
He's smart too.
Yeah, thick tongue self. He is smart. Pause on that. I'm just saying he got that. You know what I'm saying? Before anybody be saying, what did he say? Yeah. He come from Florida. He got that little speech impediment. He got, as the old folks would say back in the day, he thick tongue. He can't say some of the words right.
Do not fuck me, son.
Man, there you go, right there. Perfect example of what I'm talking about.
Hey, Gil Coles wanted to know if that last beat was a Master Rod beat.
Yes, there was a Master Rod beat, Gil's Cole.
No, that was not a Master Rod beat. That was Mr. Swift. This is a Master Rod beat you're listening to right now, if you can hear it.
Yeah, we can hear it.
All right.
Yeah, that last beat was a Swift.
All right, that was a Gil Cole, Mr. Swift.
Oh, you like that, huh?
Gil Coles was asking the question. Even Big E thought that was your beat. I think that's what he was saying. Yep, it is.
That is my no.
Yeah, you threw a curveball on me with that one. I didn't know that's what was gonna happen. Thurman's speed and movement could have given Crawford and Spence problems. Maybe if he would have fought them back when Crawford wasn't Give me a second. Y'all go ahead and run it through while I catch this phone call.
Yeah. I'm in the JJ Boo. Yeah, that's a Master Rod beat right there.
Sir, is it nice? Got me over here bouncing.
Yeah. That's what I like to do. I like to bounce. But I also like to lay back too.
Okay. Who you look up to as far as like producers and stuff? You're some of your favorite producers.
Oh man, I'm gonna tell you the first one, man, for sure, man, is Dr. Dre.
Okay.
Dr. Dre, because when that boy hit the scene, I was like, what the fuck? And then I realized, shit, we as producers, man, could do whatever the hell we want to do.
Hmm.
It's all in how you can do it. So I was trying to figure. I said, how the fuck did he do this shit, man? I'm wondering, man, because they did it so fast. Everything was so freaking fast, man. This thing, bam, there it is, one hit after another, and I'm like, what the fuck, man? Is he over there sitting over there on speed or some shit, man? What the fuck, Because this thing I know, man, all the Parliament shit. That's what you was hearing, and I didn't really
Right.
pay no mind. As long as I always knew that as long as it's the drums that it's not copywritten, but everything else, it's crazy how you got to fuck with that music, man. I heard some shit about that shit, but if you change the rhythm just a little bit, you can make it your shit, just one little change
Or you can
is
have enough
shit.
money to pay the people that you that you getting the sample from, and
Well,
go on
that
about your
too,
business.
that too.
I'm back. I'm back.
So yeah, it's freaking crazy, man. I'm like, wow, man. But he was asking me what was some of my favorite producers, and Timberland is the next one. He's really top because I'm gonna tell you something about that cat right there.
You Cole said that
Never,
Jazzy beat
never
was
in my
dope.
day, never ever ever in my day, man. This producer, shit, he's tops to me.
Hmm.
You know, straight up.
Yeah, he's
Dr.
real
Dre,
innovative.
Dr. Dre, he all right, but Timberland, shit.
Okay, say
Oh,
Master Rod Gil Cole say what you know about Breezing by George Benson.
what do I know?
Yeah.
Man, come on, man. I was a teenager in my prime with an afro, man, with a hard dick to go. I ain't mean to tell all that, but that's how it
Yeah,
was back
pause with
then.
that. What the hell?
Look, I'm just telling it like it is, man. You know what I mean? Y'all tell it like it is, man.
Okay, I
Hey,
got a question. Yeah, you go
youngster.
ahead and get that together, Mr. Youngster with the
But
afro.
yeah, youngster with the afro with a hard dick, man. I'll tell you. Goddamn, shit. That Judge Benson, yeah. I remember Judge Benson Breezer, man. That whole album. I used to walk around with my guitar, man. I would actually try to learn that shit, man, because
Oh, you play guitar?
yeah, I could dab a little bit, man.
Oh, okay. That's what's up.
I pick up the instruments. The drummers on the only one I don't fuck with because I'm not coordinated for that shit. I don't see how drummers do it, man. They gotta have 8 arms just to play, man, and they be doing it with 2.
And 10
I'm
toes.
telling
Oh, my bad. Did
you,
I say that out loud?
yeah.
Hey,
Yeah, I fool around
Roman.
on the keyboards, but that's the only one I play.
Oh
Oh,
man, I love keys.
so
Yeah.
you mess with music, social scientist?
Oh yeah, man. I've been a musician for years. I sing and all that. So yeah.
Oh man,
Oh what?
we gonna have to have
Uh
conversations
oh.
then. We got
Did
to
Yeah.
he wait a minute? He said the power word sing.
yeah, yeah.
I
A
bet
good
you can get
vocalist
some
is
high.
always
I bet
great.
you can get some high ass notes, huh?
Yeah, I can. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I can.
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and ask this question. Roman says, "Do you think Pacquiao has taken more chances than Mayweather? Pacquiao fought the younger generation at an older age, while Mayweather didn't. What's your opinion on that?"
Yeah,
Well,
man.
go ahead, social.
Oh, I thought you was asking me was my opinion. Go ahead. You go
Yeah, I
ahead.
am asking y'all. I read the question.
He
I'll
did.
let you go ahead and jump on that one.
Well, see, when Floyd was on his way out the door, I think Keith Thurman wanted to fight. He wouldn't give Keith Thurman a fight. When Pacquiao fought Keith Thurman, I don't know how many years later. So I I can only respect that from Pacquiao. Pacquiao was on his last leg, still trying to fight the young lions in the division. So I can't give Pacquiao nothing but respect for that. I don't think Floyd took more chances than Pacquiao did. I think Pacquiao really would fight anybody at any point in his career.
At any point,
Yeah.
um, I won't take anything from Pacquiao, but at the same time, I try not to throw anything on Floyd for the simple reason, as Pretty Boy Floyd fought everybody.
Oh yeah. Then he did.
Yeah, and when he got older, just like he showed us to be how to be smart about not getting his body beat up or getting knocked out unnecessarily. In which case, we seen Pacquiao get knocked out unnecessarily. You know,
Right.
He had 3 fights with what's it? How you say his name?
Marquez.
Marquez.
Yeah.
He 3 fights with him, in which case one of them he got knocked out in. When he should have took the first 2 wins and just kept. I mean, took the win that he got out of the deal and kept it moving.
Right.
You know, sometimes you can take too many bites at the apple tree. But no, I don't take anything from Pacquiao. Pacquiao showed that he was a warrior. He did fight these younger cats, and most memorable one is against Keith Thurman, in which I think Keith Thurman could have beat Pacquiao if he didn't underestimate Pacquiao. And I believe that's what really caused Keith Thurman to take that loss. But Ugas didn't underestimate him at all.
Right.
Ugas went out there and treated him like he was a competition.
Yeah.
So yeah, I can agree with you, Roman, on Pacquiao took, you know, a few more chances, but I won't say too many more, because at one point, you know, Floyd was, as he was coming up, he was fighting everybody that was somebody. And you can't take that away from him. So with that being said, you know, that's a good good question. That's my opinion on it. They both great. I can't take anything away from either one of them, because when it came time, go ahead.
I think we also got to remember, Pacquiao only fought Ugas because Spence wasn't able to take the fight. Like, he was signed up to fight Errol Spence.
Right.
You know, that's a hell of a challenge to take at 40 years old. That's crazy. So, like, I mean, Pacquiao's a motherfucker, man.
Yeah, he was out there. In which case, he really was trying to take the fight away from Ugas, because Ugas was slated to fight Spence. And Pacquiao swooped in at the last minute and took the fight from Ugas. And then it came to find out that Spence had a retina tear, which took him from the fight.
Yeah.
So the right people end up fighting, in my opinion. I'm glad he didn't have to fight Spence, even though that would have been a big fight for Spence. That would have been a big name. But yeah, let Ugas have that fight. You take care of these young people that's supposed to be the top of the pile right now. Take care of Terrence Crawford and call it a day. Get the other belt and call it a day. Now I know on your side of the fence, you're probably saying take care of Spence and call it a day. And we just have to wait excitedly and see when that day comes around.
Right.
Oh, social scientist. Oh, I didn't see you type that in there, but he said George Benson is my dude. I was just listening to the Star of a Story. Oh, that's the Master Rod.
The Story is a lovely song.
Oh yeah? I haven't heard it, so I'm gonna have to check it out.
What song did you say?
Star of a
Story. It was first recorded by Heatwave, and then George Benson. To me, he got the best version.
Oh man, you gotta play it.
Oh man, salute Jerry Bailey in the house. Salute to you, Jerry Bailey. I'm sorry I'm getting to y'all a little late. He says salute to social scientists. Gil Coles does. So does Jerry Bailey. Real recognized real. Master Rod say Master Rod was up. It's mostly just conversation going. Oh man, I missed a lot of social scientists. Let me keep moving. Let me see. Do you think?
Hey man, apologies if I ever spoke to you weird, because until I saw you on the panel on Marlowe's Corner, I thought your name was Miss Boxing Talk.
Right,
but it's MZ.
Yeah, it's MZ. A lot of people miss the dot between they miss the period between the M and the Z, because it stands for musically zone. So MZ.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, I'm used to it. A lot of people have hit me up with that. Prevent the financial percentages will prevent Spence from Crawford. I don't know now, because like I said, you know, Crawford, if I'm correct in what I'm stating, Crawford has joined MTK Global. So I'm sure they'll be able to hash out whatever they need to hash out with PBC. I believe Bob Arum was the biggest problem with the negotiations of PBC for Spence and Crawford. And I know a lot of
Crawford joined MTK Global.
At least I think that's what he said he was going to be signing it. I'm not sure. I'm just, you know, that's what had been reported. So let me state it like that. That's what's been reported, that I've seen come across my desk. And I try not to speak on things unless I'm 100% sure. But that's right now is hearsay. But what is it? Oh no, can't hear nobody singing. There we go. So when it comes to financial things, I believe that was mainly resting on Bob Aaron's shoulders because I believe Bob Aaron wanted a big piece of that pie.
Yeah.
Happening, Spence said he's not doing 50-50 with Crawford. Will this cause for the fight prolonged? Well, I'm looking at I look at how Spence views himself, and I see the way Crawford views himself. We're looking at a guy who was unified in one division, undisputed at another division, and a champion in the third division. And I'm looking at him, and I see him seeing his self-worth as I should get 50-50. I can also see Earl Spence saying that I'm a welterweight. I went over to across the pond to relinquish a champion from his belt by beating Kell Brook. Then he came back and he beat Sean Porter for the green belt. So he's saying, you know, I'm the man in the 147-pound division. Doesn't really matter what you did in the divisions below me because I wasn't down there. This is my starting point at 147. You know, so I can see that logic from both fighters. One fighter saying that I'm moving up and I've done all this, and one fighter saying, well, I wasn't down there and I don't care. I started here and this is what I'm running. So hopefully they don't let something that minute keep them from getting in the ring. But who's to say? Dalton Voss just joining in. Thank you for stopping through. Hit that like button on your way in. He said, in my opinion, Earl don't want the fight versus Bud Crawford. And I'm going to have to ask you, Don, what gives you that reason to think that Earl doesn't want the fight? So you put that in the chat for me, and we'll go ahead and read it, and we'll all cook on it, you know, because I don't see it out of fighters that I don't believe are scared to fight. Bud Crawford, Terrence, Earl Spence, Sean Porter, who's now retired, Andre Wilder, Shakur Stevenson. You know, these guys I don't believe would turn away from a fight. Boots. There's names that you can go down a list.
I can see why somebody would say that because you had Spence 4 years ago say, "Hey, get that belt and we'll fight," and that man had that belt for 3 years now, and they didn't fight. You know?
I can't go with that. I also now I've heard him say that, and I've also heard him say that he was saving Crawford for last. I did.
Yeah, he said he wanted to go the easy road and fight Porter first.
Fight the people that he can get to easy, which would have been Porter, Thurman, Ugas, whoever was holding the belt in the PBC family. And he said he would deal with Crawford and then move up, which as a fan, and I don't know if any other fans looked at it like this. I'm like, as a fan, you would say, dang, he's wanting to save the best for last, and we should all savor it. You know, that's all you can say about it, because say once they have their fight, what do you expect them to do then? You're really looking for them to move up. You're probably not looking for them to go fight the next champion is holding the belt, because you're not going to deem it worthy.
Right.
So, you know, I don't think he's dodging Crawford, but I can see where people would get that. But if you look at it with what fighters are saying, because it looks like we hold Crawford to what he says, so let's hold Spence to what he says. And the last memorable thing I remember him saying was, I'm going to fight Crawford last and then move up. So all I can do is see if that's what he's going to do. Salute from Real Recognized Real. Dr. Voss. Oh, that's Gil Cole's asking that. EJ not running. We're just going through. Okay, D-Lo 404. Damn, family, I fell asleep right after I popped in earlier. Yeah, he got that old man syndrome. He popped in and said, what's up? By the time I got through saying what's up, he was snoring. Roman says Al Heyman fighters are all free agents. None are tied to any promotional company or network, and they still don't fight each other. Aram is not a saint, but he doesn't. Well, before you say Al Heyman fighters don't fight each other, that's PBC just put on a card with a bunch of Al Heyman fighters that were fighting each other. All these cards that have been playing, those are pretty much been in-house fights, except for the last one that we just saw between Porter and Terrence Bud Crawford.
I think he mean like the Keith Thurman and Errol Spence and the Santa Cruz and Gary Russell type of thing.
Well, I can't understand why no one is fighting Gary Russell. Santa Cruz fought Tank. We haven't seen him fight since then. Tank fought Mario Barrios. I'm not sure. I don't know. I think Barrios is part of the PBC family. Porter fought not only Ugas, but Spence, Danny Garcia. All those guys that fought. I can't say that I agree with the Errol Spence and Keith Thurman, but I think Keith Thurman was being more of a diva than anything. I think Keith Thurman just was sticking it to Earl for whatever reason.
Right. Dodging it.
You know what I'm saying? Just kind of doing him like Oscar De La Hoya and what's his name? Mosley was doing Floyd Mayweather. Mosley actually had an interview where he said he had to go to the dentist and get a tooth fixed rather than fight Floyd Mayweather.
That's funny.
You know what I'm saying? That's true though. He did an interview and actually said that. I was like, wow, he really, you know what I'm saying? They really treat Floyd like a stepchild. My bad, fellas. I'm sorry to pull myself out. Master Rod, that phone call was coming in letting me know that they don't hear no music. I don't hear no music. As a matter of fact, nobody hear no music. D-Lo 404 boxing. I really think it's just the BS business of boxing. True with that, D-Lo. When it comes down to these fighters not getting the fight and you start hearing about them arguing about the money and things like that, I would like to just go back to hearing the fighters talk about fighting. I don't care about who's going to get paid what. I really don't. I don't give a shit who get the biggest part of the money, who get the smallest part of the money. I just want, both of them to get paid and fight. That's all I don't care about, I don't care about their pocketbooks.
Right. That ain't for us to be talking about anyway. Let them figure that out. We just demand a fight.
That's it. Going down the line. Okay, I read that. Salute from Derek Bailey to D-Lo 404. Man, I never heard you say what's up. I went out there quick. Oh, yeah, I spoke to you when you came in, bro, but you fell asleep quick. Master Rod spoke to you too. Master Rod, anytime you get the track going, I'll just fade myself out. But right now, there's nothing playing. D-Lo 404, I don't even hear you because you got yourself muted. Some of those guys tried to network, and Al has a deal and obligation to the networks. That's why these guys all say call Al. Okay, yeah, I had to put that together, but I got it down for you. And if he's their advisor and he has a deal like that, you know what I'm saying? Understandable if they saying that, but you can't just lay it down at one group's feet. All those promoters and guys have a certain thing to say in it. Eddie Hearn fighters don't fight unless Eddie Hearn is pretty much satisfied with what he wants to be satisfied with before his fighters get in the ring. If Al Heyman guys are saying, hey, Al Heyman is taking care of us, we getting paid, this and that, that's understandable. I haven't heard too many people come out and speak against Top Rank as far as they boxers, but then I haven't heard too many come out and say that they getting paid like they want to. But I have heard Top Rank's leader in Bob Arum, Golden Boy, as in Oscar De La Hoya, say that Bob Arum was messing up the game because he was paying his fighters too much money. How do you consider paying somebody too much money when they're the best at their job. And I'm not saying they're the best at their job, but we know what kind of stuff these fighters go through and fighting, their lives are on the line. So how can you say what's too much money? So when it comes to that, that's why I don't like to have to try to talk about who's paying what and what's being paid. Just give me the fights.
No.
Let's see. D'Lo, here's a good one. D'Lo said, I don't care if they have a fight at 147, then another at 154. Are you talking about Spence and Crawford? That would be beautiful to see them fight at 154 and 140. I mean 147 and 154. That'd be off the chain. Just strictly off the chain. Hold on. Okay, there we go. You're gonna have to start that over, Master Rod. Ladies and gentlemen, Master Rod has finally got the track playing, and it sounds like he got Here I Come going off. Go ahead and hit that again, Master Rod.
Here I come, here I come, here I come, coming round the block real fast. Here I come, here I come, here I come, real fast. I ride dirty but whip clean, leather seats covered whipped cream. Iced out when I bring the heat, the bitches fall asleep, that's a drip dream. I change gears like a drip king. I'm Paul Walker on a cliff scene. Dangerous, but can't nobody hang with us. Push lips out and shifted. I'm so cold on the road, bruh. My Ric Flair like a solar. You blinded temporarily when I pull off in an over. With a big block, 350, 300 horsepower, now she get me. Peanut butter paint, color Jiffy. Cincinnati red stripe like a Griffey. That's a home run or a grand slam. Niggas challenge me with the dash cam. Get mad when I take all the cash fam. I'm an Aries, all I do is dodge ram. When it comes to money, I don't play. I get a call that interrupts me. MC on the line.
What's your ETA?
Oh shit, let me get off the TTA. Here I come, here I come, here I come. Coming down the block real fast. Here I come, here I come, here I come, real fast. Here I come, here I come, here I come. Coming down the block real fast. Here I come, here I come, here I come, real fast.
All right. So we're gonna keep on reading through as we get let Here I Come jam and marinate in the background. D'Lo 404 says, these fighters don't control a thing. They seem to only have right to refuse. They only have the right to refuse fighting. Wow. Let's see. He says, notice most of the PBC guys that fight on Showtime only fight on Showtime and vice versa. That's a point that good point. I didn't really think of that. D'Lo cooking tonight. We know that's the case with these other promoters, but we don't hear these other guys claiming to be their own boss. My point is that these fighters are at the mercy of the suits. Well, you right about that. And I don't, I guess you'd have to look deeper into to see what exactly it is when PBC guys say that they're their own boss. And it's not all of them that say that. But then again, I have kind of I've heard Mikey Garcia speak on that level. I've heard quite a few of them say that. So yeah, D'Lo, you made a great point with that one. A great point.
Real fast.
Joseph Brown in the house. We appreciate you stopping through. He says, salute MZ, and I say salute right back to you. Thank you for coming in, and I'm going to ask that if you can, hit that thumbs up button on your way in. I'm just sitting here chilling with social scientists. We talking a little boxing like we always do here on MZ Talks Boxing with my co-host, Master Rod. Finally getting those buttons pressed right so we can jam music and just do it like we do it. With that being said, we got the chat going. We always keep the chat going. Anything you need to say, you might want to say or get a question in, slam it on up there and we'll try to get it read for you. Most of the time we do get it read for you. D'Lo 404 Boxing dropped some notes and everything and some fire. That's that Here I Come. It's not quite done yet, but we working on it. Y'all heard that first verse put down by Obese, the one and only. And that track was cooked and processed by Master Rod, none other than Mr. 8.5 Toes Down. But that's neither here nor there. So Gil Cole say, what's up? Salute to Joseph Brown. Salute, homie. Even Floyd used to say he has to talk to Al. Look at old D-Lo just putting it out there like that. You right, D-Lo. I have heard him say we'll talk to Al and see if it make good business sense. So maybe Al is just the guy that's saying, hey, he is their financial advisor. So, what can you say? What can you say? Joseph Brown says, what's up, Gil Coles? Social scientist, Master Rod, if you guys want to unmute your microphones, then the world will be able to hear you, because I don't know if y'all talking to me or not.
Oh yeah, man. Hey, I'm there, but I got it muted for other reasons.
Okay, I understand that. Well, you know what? I'm gonna tell you about a great mistake. I've been pondering this, but check this out, fellas. I'm at work the other day, right? Master Rod, you remember me speaking on this, and I had to use the bathroom some fierce. Fierce. One of those you hold in your stomach and trying to walk on it, trying to make sure nothing happens fierce. So I shoot in the bathroom, and I'm in there and I'm doing my thing. I'm dropping loads, and I hear these ladies talking. It sound like the door getting ready to come into the bathroom. And then it sound like they at the sink in front of the stall that I'm sitting in. So I start looking around, and I slightly ease up and peek over the top of the stall and duck back down. And I realized I ran up in the ladies' bathroom.
Boy.
It's funny now, but man.
Let's see, that day you told me that, man. I said that, I heard you, and I really did. I heard you, man, but I don't know. I don't know what state of mind I'm looking like. I told you, hey, I've been having some days, man.
Yeah, they was in there talking, and
wow.
I'm like, why these ladies sound like they finna come in the bathroom? And I had to use it so bad. I just shoot up in here, and then I realized, I'm like, my nigga, I'm in the wrong toilet. and it's crazy, because the funny part is, when I come out, they was like, I don't know if this is the two ladies, but when I come out, there's two ladies that's not too far from the bathroom door, and they sitting there smiling and waving at a nigga when he walking back to his station. And I'm like, dude, for real? Joseph Brown say smells fishy, MZ. See, MZ growing the tail in the ladies' bathroom. Okay, that's I feel you. But yeah, I made that mistake. It was embarrassing as hell. I can't tell you all the skills. I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm finna get like 19 cases. I'm finna go to jail. My wife's finna be looking at me crazy. My daughter's finna be looking at me crazy. All kind of stuff was running through my mind. But I couldn't stop. I couldn't just cut it off. You know how you get into one of those situations, you just gotta keep let it keep flowing. Keep dropping them till they done dropping. And that's what I had to do. So, whatever came was just gonna have to come. I was just gonna have to face the music. That was the last thing that happened the last day I went to work, and that was last Saturday. So we have talked about everything from Benavidez to the Charlos to Demetrius Andrade to Bud and Porter having a hell of a fight this weekend. That was exciting, and you couldn't ask for anything better. I just hate that Porter retired. He had to retire the way he did. And I did hear him in an interview where he was speaking about the situation, and on his podcast and in the interview. I can't remember who it was that I was watching, or he was giving an interview where he was talking about he wanted to retire after the Earl Spence fight, but then he said that he needed to fight Porter. He needs to fight Crawford, in so many words. So, because he wanted to go out by saying he fought everybody, all the top guys. And he did. You know what I'm saying? He did. And To Sean Porter, to me he'll always be remembered as that guy who went out there and laid it down and didn't duck no smoke.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You have to be really satisfied with his career. He fought everybody.
So
Oh,
he
And
did,
not,
he
and
did, he did what he came to do, and now he gone.
yeah.
it had not
But
been for Bud, he would never been stopped.
true.
Who you got? Figueroa versus Cool Boy. Hello.
Yeah, we went silence there, man, for a minute. What's going down?
Yeah. Who you
Can you
got?
hear me?
Cool Boy Steph versus Figueroa.
Who you going with? Figueroa, Cool Boy.
I think I'm gonna go with Steph, but it's a weak pick because I mean it could be wrong.
Right now, my nerves are so bad. I've been eating crow so much. To, you know what I'm saying? I'm kind of second guessing myself. Kill
Yeah.
Cole's Kill Cole's always shooting slugs at me, but he funny as hell. MZ, you owe them ladies some of them scented candles. They don't get those for free. They $12.50. That covers shipping and handling. Get you a nice 8.8 ounce scented candle, and it'll smell up your whole room for you nice and pretty. But free, no, not seeing it. I'm at work. You know, anything goes at work when you got to use the bathroom real bad, and you just in a hurry. Let me see. You say I would like to have purported to have a farewell fight in Ohio versus someone like. Oh, you want to give him a little farewell tour. A goodbye, everybody. It was great seeing you guys, but then he could end up like, who was it? Lamont, was it Lamont Peterson that was crying when he retired and he got
Yeah.
beat up that last fight? So
My
now,
lippy neck.
yeah, you don't want that to happen to him, do you? I just
Yeah.
wish his dad wouldn't have threw the towel in.
Yeah.
And seeing the fight in me getting a chance to see the fight in me getting a chance to see the fight and watching the fight again in slow motion and seeing where the fight got stopped at, I was like, well, damn, Kenny, you could have gave him that last, what was it, 4 minutes to try to survive, because seeing the way he the leaks that he took, it didn't seem like he was just devastated like that.
Yeah. Yeah. That was a little odd to me.
Huh. D'Lo 404 said he got Steph. Gil Cole said he rhymed with Figueroa, but he said cool boy nice though. I'm gonna do my homework correctly this time and make sure I look at everything. And you know what I'm
Gotta look at that
saying?
amateur background.
Yeah, I'm going to look at everything because Crow don't go good with red wine. It is, it is not fun to have to cut my computer on and start making the video talking about how I was wrong. Let me see. D'Lo 404 said Lamont was saying he might retire, which was why when the fight turned, he couldn't steam to the tide, in my opinion. Yeah, when you already thinking about calling it quits, and you get to that pivotal point in the fight where the adversary is like, it's do or die right here. What you gonna do? You probably start looking at it in that fight like, I ain't really got to put myself through this no more. You check your bank account, say I'm pretty straight in my pockets. Yeah, I can go ahead and let this go. I can start teaching somebody instead of going out here getting my brains beat in.
Mhm. I
So
mean,
who
I'm
we gonna
happy.
go
Oh, go
ahead?
ahead.
No,
I'm
you
about
go
to
ahead.
say I'm happy that that Teofimo Lopez Cambosa's fight finally happened this weekend, and I was gonna ask you what you think Lopez gonna do after this. You think he gonna stay at lightweight or move up?
Right now, it's hard to say what he gonna do because, to be honest, him going, what is he? What 135?
Yeah.
Going to 140. Josh Taylor is the champ there. and Tiafimo was talking about he'll fight Josh at a catch weight. So it don't sound like he too confident in going up to 140.
Yeah. I
So
didn't even hear him say that about the catch weight.
yeah, he made a statement about trying to fight Josh Taylor, talking about a catch weight, and I'm like, a catch
Oh
weight,
hell,
dude,
man.
that's
Get
just
out
the
of
next step up. What are you talking about?
Right.
So right now, the way he's moving is suspect to me. I've lost a lot of I've lost a lot of respect for the way Tio and his dad is moving.
Yeah. I
You know,
wanted to see that Loma rematch. I ain't gonna lie.
I wanted to see either the Loma rematch or the Devin Haney fight because I remember
Yeah,
watching
yeah.
Tio in that interview claiming that as soon as he beat Loma, it won't be no problem fighting Devin, so he could make sure that he was undisputed.
Right.
Then they went in and petitioned to be able to win that fake ass, franchise belt from Loma. As soon as they granted him that, he went straight diva.
Right. These boys really don't want to fight Haney.
Yeah, and that's strange for them to say he don't hit that hard, he don't do this, he don't do that. Well, it's something that he's doing that's got y'all where y'all don't want to fight
Yeah. Got everybody shook. You think Haney gonna beat Diaz easy or what?
him. I think he's if he sticks to boxing like he knows that's what he is, then I believe he'll be able to make a good showcase fight out of this.
Yeah.
That's my thoughts of it.
Yeah, I think his movement gonna be too much for Diaz.
And he seems to be out of all of them that are at that weight class, he seems to be the purest boxer of all of them.
Oh
Now,
yeah.
if Shakur Stevenson was up in there, then I would say there's two pure boxers. But Shakur got that bang with you in him though.
Yeah, he does.
He got that you know what I'm saying. When I saw that last fight that he had, I enjoyed watching his last fight because he showed me. You know how I was saying I want to see Terrence Crawford. I want to see certain things that Bud can do, and now I believe that Bud has the full package. Shakur
Mhm.
so showed me that. Dang, I wasted some of my wine.
The Shakur redeemed himself because the fight before that he got hit and he just started skipping the whole rest of the fight.
He did. He did what I would consider the smart thing. A lot of people look at it. If a fighter is winning a fight, and he knows that if he's doing certain things and he can do them comfortably to take him to the win, if you get clipped, I don't blame you for going into cruise control and doing something that you know is going to take you on over the finish line. Because it's
Yeah,
up to that other guy to change that.
yeah, that's true as well.
So, like with the Devin Haney thing, when he got clipped, the dude threw an odd number, a combination, and he got clipped at the end. He
Mm.
survived by, the bell run. He walked to the corner, got things straight, came back out, and finished the rest of the fight. Getting clipped does not mean that you got beat. And it seems like a lot of people put that jacket on Devin's back because he got clipped. A lot of people started talking like, oh, they just started putting a bunch of negatives on him, and I just didn't see it that way.
Yeah, yeah, I agree with that.
Dilo 404 Boxing says Eddie got two of the most avoided in boxing over there, Haney and Andre. Yeah, and I don't think he's putting enough behind them and pushing them to let people know and put he if he's a promoter, he should be promoting by getting them in people's face as much as possible, making people hungry to see them fight.
Yeah, it's got to be like a lunch line, huh?
It's got to. If
I'm
you're
trying
not
to
courting,
tell you, buddy,
if you're
man,
not courting the
shit,
people
that's
with the
just like
fighter,
I
then what you
say.
got them for?
You over there, you promote like you said. It's just like showing, hey, but look what I got. Hey, this was up. Okay, yeah, all that good shit. Yeah, man.
What you got lined up for us, Master Rod?
Let's see here. Let me see what I got here for you, man. And I got two folders, but man, I just can't keep up with myself, man, to put to which one of these jokers I'm using.
But you better try to keep up with yourself real quick. Close the one that ain't being used. Use the one that is, and then when you switch over, switch over. But that's what happens when you start getting old and you start seeing double and all those type things happen.
Yeah, that's true.
But maybe you think you still at the hospital eating Jello and pudding pops.
Oh no, man, no. Don't say that there now.
Getting sponge baths and shit. Looks like nothing's happening. I hear it playing in your headphones because I can hear it slightly, but maybe you need to turn up the volume for us. Master Rod. Ladies and gentlemen, this is how not to DJ. Oh, okay, so he gonna jam without us. Sad, it's a sad day in the neighborhood. So, we got Teofimo Lopez. So you think Teofimo's gonna win? You pretty much think it's hands down that he's gonna win that fight?
Well, I mean, he done gave Kambosos a long time to get his thing together. So I'm hoping Kambosos give us a good fight. I mean, I want to say it's gonna be easy for Teofimo, but I don't know what Kambosos got cooking over there.
Right.
From what I've seen from them in the past, it should be easy for Teofimo though.
Okay, I feel you.
What you thinking about it?
I'm thinking that I don't really know what to think about Teofimo Lopez, man, because like I said, Teofimo been moving so funny lately. It's hard to say. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what this dude might go out there and lose this next fight. To be honest with you, because he's been bullshitting so much. I don't even know if I can take him serious right now.
Yeah, I feel you. I definitely feel you.
So right now, he might go out there against Kambosos and get beat.
Man, can you imagine that though? If Kambosos become undisputed champ? Oh man.
But see, that's the thing. He wouldn't be undisputed.
Well, yeah, that's true too. I think he would fight Haney though.
I think he would too. Let me see. My boy Gil Cole said, MZ, can my guy Joseph Brown get a wrench? He family. Well, if you tell him to type something right now and the wrench don't pop up, then that's bad on me. But if he types something and the wrench do pop up, then I already beat you to it.
My man Kambosos said he coming for war.
Man, I'm telling you, people better be looking out. Kambosos messed around and surprised the damn Lopez family and send his ass out of there without those belts.
Yeah.
I
would be honest, I would love to see that.
Dude, I would too, because it would serve him right.
Yeah.
It would serve him right. It'd make him have to get up off his get up off your ass and go fight like you supposed to. We stood behind you and pretty much I gave him every sense of this is a good fighter, ladies and gentlemen. Teofimo Lopez is going to be Lomachenko, and then he's gonna fight Devin Haney. I really believe that, because I was like, he talking the right talk. He seemed to be moving the right way. Game. And then when it came down to it, that motherfucker got those 3 belts and straight flip-flopped on us.
Right.
Straight flip-flopped to a situation that I was like, dude, what's that about?
Right.
Just sad for all the wrong reasons. And to me, that just, what can you say about it? So with that being said, yeah, I think Kambosos might go out there and surprise him.
Yeah.
And you know what? I'm just pushing. I'm just pushing the deal and saying, you know what? maybe I'm just looking at it a certain way, but T.O. been bullshitting. He ain't been really being doing what he ain't been being that guy.
Not the guy he said he was. Yeah,
No, he ain't been being that guy at all. He's been quite disappointing.
yeah, I agree.
So I'm gonna hold the glass up and say, may T.O. lose his belt.
I can toast to that.
You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna go ahead and say that right now because T.O. been bullshitting. He been making some soft ass moves. We could have been seeing another undisputed fight already.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? We could have already had another undisputed champ.
yeah, he could have answered the question about Haney.
Right. And if he was real, he could have got an undisputed up under his belt before Canelo.
Right. And I wonder, like, what not Haney, what Aram got against Haney, because he didn't want Lomachenko to fight Haney either.
Well, you know, one thing I can say about Bob Arum, it has been circulating around about him protecting his fighters from that black fighter.
Yeah. Oh yeah. They have talked about that.
You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, you know, maybe Bob don't have no confidence in that T.O. could beat Haney.
Right.
That's just, you know, that's my take on it. You know, if I had fighters and I'm a promotional company or the management of a certain guy, when it come down to it, I'm like, shoot, how do I make my guys the most popular and the most well known? By trying to get them belts, and that's what I would be trying to do. I would be trying to get all my fighters in those fights. I wouldn't be trying to block those fights. You know, Bob Arum told us that he kept Terrence Crawford from fighting Manny Pacquiao. He stopped that fight. And I'm like, he made that statement. To me, there was no reason for us to argue about Terrence Crawford not wanting to fight somebody, or because Bob Arum already told us he will kill a fight.
Right.
So that's one of the reasons that I lean so hard on the promoters, because I'm like, Bob Arum didn't mess their names up for me. When I heard him say that, I didn't want to see Manny get hurt. I'm like, shit. Once he said that, I was like, oh, you know, that's who you are.
Right.
And I was understanding why people were upset with Bud, saying, why is Bud, why is he re-signing with Bob? You know, I can understand why why people was asking that question.
It was the money.
Yeah, Bud
guaranteed.
And I guess that would be hard for anybody to walk away from. How do you walk away from guaranteed to going to guessing? But you betting on yourself, right?
You know, he got the Brady bunch over there. You got to make sure they taken care of.
And now with Bud's family, I can't say I love seeing his family go out there, because that's the realest family. That's a real ass family. His mom and sister then be out there screaming and yelling and cheering for him like you would expect. So I love
know that family.
Yes. Everybody knows the Bud's cheerleading section. And to me, that part right there, that family love, they showing love to their family like that. I wish all black families would do that. I wish all families could show love to each other like that, but especially the black families.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's a beautiful thing. And if we can get more of that, that would be something great. But like I said, Bob, when it comes down to fights being blocked and fights not happening, I always say look at the promoters first. Before you look at the boxers, look at the promoters first. For all we know, some of those cats could be getting offered fights and the promoters not even taking it to them.
Yeah, because listen, I was watching Gervonta Davis on the Last Stand podcast with Brian Custer,
Mm-hmm.
and he was asking Tank about Devin Haney, because Haney said that we sent them an offer. We tried to step in when this fight fell through with Rolando Romero, and
Right.
uh, and Tank, the way Tank answered that question made me think about what you just said. Tank was
Uh-huh.
like, they'll tell you anybody they ever brought to me about fighting. I said yes. He said I ain't heard nothing about Devin Haney, and I'm thinking, well, that don't mean Devin Haney didn't send an offer. That just mean they didn't tell you about it.
Exactly.
So
That could be happening.
yeah,
So and we'll never know. As fans, that part of the game, I'm sure that we'll never know unless the promoter does like Bob Arum did and just straight say, yeah, I stopped that fight.
right,
And the way Bob did it was like, yeah, I stopped that fight. And what y'all gonna do about it?
right. Bob 90, he don't give a damn.
Right. You know what I'm saying? Bob Bob don't have to answer to nobody.
Right.
So when it comes to the fights not being made, I kind of give the fighters some leeway. I'm not. I'm making a statement right now. You guys will not hear me leaning on the fighters about not making fights because one, that's not what they do unless they got pulled and leeway like Canelo.
Yeah.
Now if they prove that they have pulled and leeway like Canelo, then okay. I can blame some stuff on them. Like with Canelo, I can say, dude, the people that you picked to fight, they not what we consider world beaters or anything like that. And when it comes down to it, everybody is straight putting the blame on Canelo. Oh, Canelo picked this fight. Canelo picked this fight. When you hear the promoters say Canelo picked this fight, you know what I'm saying? That's saying something.
Yeah, because he the cash cow, do what he want to do.
Right. They raised the limit for computer all kinds of stuff. When you get to talking about Canelo, so many cans of worms can be opened up to it don't even make sense to it makes you not want to talk about it. And that's bad when you got a so-called the face of boxing, undisputed, and the only people that really want to talk about him are true diehard Canelo fans.
Right. It's fucked up, man, when you can break a rule. And when you break the rule, it was actually breaking the rule. But now that you broke it, okay, now everybody can break
That says a lot about what boxing is.
Right.
If you really look at it, that says a lot about where boxing is. And the thing about it is, his fans, they're okay with that.
Right, yeah.
They are
defend
okay
him no
with
matter
that.
what.
Whatever Canelo does, it's all right with me. If Canelo decides to go whoop a man in a wheelchair, they'll say something about that wheelchair fighter is special, and Canelo is chasing greatness.
Right. He was the first to do it.
There you go.
Come on. Well, why didn't Jamal Charlo beat up a guy in a wheelchair if it was so easy?
Why didn't Andre do it?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They'll hit us with that. So, yeah, right now, Canelo, and you can't even compare him and say, oh, well, this fighter did it or this fighter did it. No fighter has done what he's done. He wouldn't fight David Benavidez. Then David lost his belt on the scale. What happened? Canelo commissioned to fight for that belt.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? When you go and look at when you start breaking it down and looking at the things that he's done, you be like, dang, they need an asterisk by it. Why wouldn't you fight Benavidez? Why'd you wait till he lost the belt on the scale and then choose? I think isn't that the belt that he fought his sparring partner for?
That Yildirim dude.
Yeah, that's the belt, the WBC belt he fought. So yeah, but I can't be mad at Canelo because they let him do it.
Right.
When they let him do it, how can you be mad? What can you say? Except that I'm the king and I fight who I want to fight. And what y'all gonna do about it? Except shut up. Y'all just the fans. And if some of you fans don't want to support me, don't worry about it. My man fans will support me because it's a lot of them.
Yeah, I mean, they just ridiculous. You can't even talk to Canelo fan no more.
So I have to put him in a situation with Charlo Even though Charlo begging to fight him, but Charlo won't. Right, like I said, you fight everybody and fight nobody because I haven't seen who is he? Is he getting ready to fight now? Does he have a fight lined up? I haven't heard about it.
Who's that?
Charlo.
Charlo? Nah, I don't think he got nobody lined up.
You know what I'm saying? You can only sit so long at the house and enjoy life before you start deteriorating on your skills.
Right.
And you can't tell me I'm practicing because, you know, the ones that are gym rats, when you see them, that's what they usually doing in the gym. I haven't seen him show us anything about being in the gym.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what to think about them Charlo cats sometimes. I mean, I don't really be seeing a whole lot of improvement from fight to fight. So, I don't know.
I give a baby brother a little more. I'm giving him a little more credit because we know his trainer, Jerry James, and what he's doing. Not taking away from the older brother's trainer because he's good too because he has a champion. But dude, I would just love to see somebody. The way Canelo fought was just in the ring all those times. Not that he was fighting the best competition, but he was in the ring a lot. He made himself in the faces of everybody. He kept himself in their face. Canelo's fighting this week. A couple of months again, Canelo's fighting. You know, these other fighters aren't doing that.
Right.
And it's sad. Social scientists, we rolling up on 10:30. I'm gonna go ahead and start reeling it in.
All right, my
You
brother.
you want to say anything before we close the show down today?
I ain't got a whole lot. I mean, I get into the women boxing. I understand everybody don't, but you know, got Clarissa Shield coming up next month. She gonna unify.
Against who?
There's a girl named Emma Cozen. She also a champion at 160. You know, Shields was she was undisputed at 160. Then she had to drop some of those belts and become undisputed at 154. Now she done dropped some of those belts. She's going back to 160. She about to unify. Then I think she's gonna fight Savannah Marshall, her amateur rival, the only person to ever beat her in the ring in the amateur.
Yeah.
So I think she's gonna fight her after this. But you know, I'm just worried about Clarissa and dividing her attention between two sports, trying to do that MMA stuff. You know,
trying to learn. But I
Savannah Marshall currently has a hand injury, so they were supposed to both fight on the same card in December. Now it's just Clarissa fighting on that card. So Marshall gonna be out till a hand heal up.
Oh shoot! Well, man, we're gonna have to trade some information because I was just talking to Trey X a couple of shows ago. I was, you know, blaming myself, saying because you know I feel like I'm a Clarissa Shield fan, and I don't talk about her enough on the show. And by you saying that you follow the women's boxing, you know, I would love to come back anytime because I would love to have somebody who's more fluent in it than I am until I can get myself caught up and fully at speed with it. So, man, please, you're more than welcome to come back through. We can exchange information. You know, I'm on here every Tuesday night, 8:30, Master Rod. Sometimes Trey X come through or one of my other brothers, but you always got a spot, especially when we want to talk about the queens doing their things.
For sure, man, for sure.
Master Rod, you got anything to say before we get ready to close it out?
Hey, I give bigs up to God, man. You know, and hey, you gotta tell somebody you love them, man. That's my motto right there. I don't care who it is, cause man, we leaving out of here in big numbers. So I love you, my brother. Hey, and my big brother over here, I love you for sure, man. You know what I mean? So yeah, that's pretty much all I got to say, man, for the evening, man. And thanks for coming by, because you could have been anywhere else, but you chose to be with us today. We sure do appreciate it.
Word up.
All right. Hey, so you just hold on for a minute while I close down the show. We're gonna holler in the background. So I'll holler at you in a second. You too, Master Rod. That being said, let me go ahead and get this background up so y'all can see it. I greatly appreciate everybody that came through. Everybody. Now, MZ Talks Boxing is sponsored by H.W. Wicks Handcrafted Candles. And their motto is relax and enjoy. And if you've been here before, thank you for coming again. And if this is your first time, I'd appreciate it if you hit that subscribe button. Y'all know what it is. MZ Talks Boxing.
Let me make this abundantly clear. We talk about boxing here. My opinion is winning, but if you ain't feeling then good on your boxing, yeah. This mental headshot sting. So do these body blows that I bring. You wanted the big step to the ring. Let's go to the toe to the final bell ring. MZ Talks Boxing.